Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a close look at a creature of just immense power and, well, mystery, the Amur tiger.
That's right.
And this isn't just, any big cat. It's the world's largest, and it's perfectly adapted to these really icy landscapes of the northern taiga.
Quite an environment.
Yeah. We've gathered a fascinating collection of sources, including a special YouTube transcript from the Russian Geographical Society to guide us.
Next stuff there.
Our goal, to really understand the incredible journey of this tiger, from its ancient roots right up to its ongoing fight for survival and the complex, often changing relationship we've built with it.
And this tiger truly embodies resilience. It's
Yeah.
like, what's so remarkable is how this animal, which, we often picture its tropical relative.
Right, jungles and heat.
Exactly. But this one has not only survived, but actually thrived in the incredibly harsh conditions of the far north. We'll explore its unique biology, its rich history interacting with humans, and the pioneering conservation efforts that, frankly, pulled it back from the very edge.
Okay, so to really get this magnificent creature, let's first explore what makes it so unique. This is the largest and most northern tiger subspecies on Earth. Just think about that for a second.
Significant.
While many of its tropical cousins, like the Turkestan, Javon, Bali, South China tigers, well, they're now extinct in the wild, or maybe only found in zoos.
Sadly, yes.
Our Amur tiger is dominating in the snow. Scientifically, it's Panthera tigris altaica, and there's actually an interesting historical debate about that name.
Oh.
Yeah, the very first specimens described were from the Altai region, so it hints it could easily have been called the Altai tiger.
Huh. Didn't know that specific detail. Interesting.
What's also truly captivating about this animal is just how many names it's gathered over time. Each one seems to reflect, a different facet of its identity or where it's found.
Like layers of history.
Exactly. You might hear it called the Ussuri tiger after the river that kind of carves through its habitat.
Makes sense.
Or the Manchurian or Korean tiger, referencing historical territories. For many people, especially outside Russia, it's the Siberian tiger. That name just immediately evokes its Russian home, right? Where about 95% of them now live.
That's the most common one I hear, yeah. Siberian.
And then there's this ancient Altaian name, Babr. And there's a really quirky story here.
Go on.
The Irkutsk city coat of arms, it famously features a tiger, right? But apparently, early Moscow heraldry specialists, they misunderstood the name Babar. They thought it was a typo, a misspelling of beaver.
A beaver, seriously.
Seriously. So for a time, Irkutsk had this bizarre beaver-tiger hybrid on its official emblem.
Wow, that's something else.
It really shows how perception, and maybe sometimes confusion, shaped how humans saw this animal across different times and cultures.
Absolutely. And that immense size you mentioned, it isn't just random. It's a direct evolutionary advantage. It's a principal biologist called Bergmann's rule.
Bergmann's rule, right. Colder climates, bigger animals.
Precisely. Animals in colder places tend to be larger because a bigger body mass helps them hold on to heat more efficiently. Less surface area relative to volume.
Yeah.
The Amur tiger is just a perfect example of this adaptation.
And what an athlete.
Oh, an incredible physical specimen. It can cover 100 meters in, 4 to 5 seconds?
Blistering speed.
Unbelievable. Its jaw strength is right up there among the strongest in the world. It's capable of piercing through 12 to 20 centimeters of flesh and bone and a single paw strike. Powerful enough to break the spines of large prey. Think horses, cows.
Just immense power.
But, this incredible prowess, it comes with some significant challenges.
Yes.
Especially when you compare them to tigers living in those prey-rich tropical jungles.
Right. It must be harder work up north.
Definitely. An adult Amur tiger needs to successfully hunt a large ungulate, a hoofed animal like a wild boar or deer, roughly every 10 days.
Okay.
And this is key, only about 1 in 5 hunts is actually successful.
Wow, only 20%.
Yeah. Imagine the sheer physical stress, the energy cost just to survive. Their range in Russia, it covers Primorsky, Khabarovsk, the Jewish Autonomous Region, and Amur regions. That's an area larger than many European countries.
A vast territory.
Vast and often very unforgiving. It makes every single day a struggle.
Which brings us to a really fascinating part of their story, our history with them. Let's jump back to the 19th, maybe early 20th centuries. European settlers are moving into the Russian Far East.
Big change is happening then.
Huge. And their experience with predators back home, mostly European bears, maybe weighing, 120, 140 kilograms.
Manageable, relatively speaking.
Exactly. Suddenly, here, they're faced with these colossal Far Eastern bears, 600, 700 kilograms, and just an astounding diversity of large predators. Leopards, lynx, Amur forest cats, two different bear species, two wolf species.
That's been incredibly intimidating, a whole different world of predators.
Totally.
Yeah.
But before these settlers arrived, the indigenous peoples groups like the Udege, Nanai, Orak, Gol, they held this deep, really profound reverence for the tiger.
A very different relationship.
Completely. They called it Kutama, which means the good spirit or God unseen by man, and also Amba, the evil spirit, the devil seen by man.
Good and evil aspects.
Yeah. And an encounter with Amba wasn't just, a scary moment. It was seen as a powerful omen. It meant you needed a significant life change, maybe even divine judgment was involved.
Wow. Deeply spiritual.
Very. And similarly, the Chinese also held the tiger in extremely high esteem. But alongside this reverence, you also had these early legends that kind of twisted perceptions.
Myths starting build.
Yeah, outlandish tales of tigers attacking only from behind, or even this bizarre suggestion from 1863 that just the fright from seeing a tiger could cure ailments.
Cure ailments?
Or, get this, if it ate you, all your diseases would vanish with you.
Okay, that's creative, I guess.
Right. And these often exaggerated accounts seem heavily influenced by sort of literary descriptions of Bengal tigers back in India, which often painted them as these bloodthirsty monsters. And that shaped public perception, even way out in the Russian Far East.
So that initial fear of this unknown powerful predator, combined with that long-standing tradition in Tibetan medicine valuing tiger parts.
Right. The trade aspect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That definitely fueled early hunting, both for trophies and for trade. And this practice, by the way, it goes back over 7,000 years, apparently. So there was a very real established market for tiger products.
A long history there.
Now, when tigers did attack livestock or dogs, it wasn't as many people assumed because they preferred the taste.
No.
No. Tigers are intensely territorial. They see dogs as competing predators, basically like wolves, and they'll instinctively try to eliminate them.
Ah, competitors.
And livestock, like cows and horses, they were viewed as sort of foreigners or intruders, things that could deplete their natural prey base, or maybe even bring disease. So from the tiger's viewpoint, if it killed something, well, it ate it. Waste not, want not, perhaps.
Efficient in a brutal way.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
Interestingly, early reports from Vladivostok newspapers noted that these so-called hunts were often just disorganized slaughter, not real duels. Because the tigers didn't actually seem to perceive humans as aggressors initially.
They didn't see us as a threat.
Not in the same way, it seems. And here's another really remarkable insight. Historical records show basically no fatal attacks on women by Amur tigers.
None.
None recorded. In fact, women apparently often walked without fear of them. Fatal attacks were only documented against men who had previously wounded that specific animal.
Ah, so it was retaliation.
It points that way. And this was a crucial shift in understanding. Responsible observers back in the early 20th century, they started realizing that tigers rarely attacked first. This insight, it paved the way for developing live capture methods for zoos, which in turn really highlighted the Amur tiger's beauty and its value beyond just parts or fear.
Seeing them as more than just a dangerous beast.
Precisely. By 1925, a researcher named Bakos even suggested that as human presence increased, tigers tended to just retreat from settlements. He also noted their role in controlling herbivores and wolves actually benefited local agriculture.
Interesting ecological perspective even then.
Yeah. So the foundational conclusion that started to emerge was pretty profound. A tiger typically only attacks a human if it's already been wounded by that human. Kind of like, a domestic cat lashing out if you treat it badly.
That makes sense. Cause and effect.
And this new understanding, it would prove absolutely critical for their future survival.